Hello ladies and gentlemen, Willie here. I'm kind of at a loss for words that this has been changed, especially at this point compared to at any time throughout Classic's duration. It's going to have a pretty large effect on many areas of PvP as well, more so than you'd expect. And I've known about this for a while, but it was one of those things that wasn't really doing any harm, so it was just best not to bring attention to it. But now Blizzard have done this, so fine, I'll do the video. Here is the blue post, with a hotfix to WoW Classic that will take effect before next weekly honor calculations on October 13th. Any player characters that are currently deleted will no longer be counted as part of the total pool of PvP participants. First of all, this would have been nice if it were the week after the reset. This change will add literally weeks onto players' grind from rank 11 and upwards, so you could at least let them know what their honor cap will be for this week. This will make the final pushes for rank this week into the total Wild West as well. Many brackets will be broken this week and moving forwards. In fact, ranking as a whole just got a whole lot more difficult. Any player attempts to organize this system just got pretty much deleted, and there will be workarounds sorted out soon enough, but it doesn't take away how impactful this will be. And just to summarize at the start here, I don't really like this change. Players have come up with a way to solve how poorly designed the ranking system is, and now they're going to be stuck with many extra weeks of ranking and bracket breaking drama. So let me set out for you why this has happened and exactly what kind of effects it will have. I'm sure if you followed the channel, you've heard me mention more than one time that the ranking system in Classic is arguably the worst form of a competitive ladder in any game ever, in that you are in direct competition with your own faction to achieve the highest ranks, and it actively encourages a very unhealthy lifestyle of 12+ hour days for multiple weeks on end to reach the top ranks, or it used to, before players found a workaround. And I'm going to need to do a quick PvP system overview for this to make sense. So your rank is based upon a bracket system, and you earn honor from taking part in PvP activities. At the end of the week, your honor is calculated against other players in the PvP pool on your realm, which you must have at least 15 honorable kills to appear in. Note this, 15 honorable kills, this is very important. There are percentage cutoff points for each bracket, and these brackets were even extended in 1.12 to be more lenient, which is the version we are playing with. So for example, say there are 1,000 players in a PvP pool, the top 0.3% achieve bracket 1 and earn up to 12k ranking points. The top 0.8% get bracket 2 and up to 11,000 ranking points, and so on and so forth. Your rank is determined by your total ranking points. Rank 14 needs 60k, 13 needs 55k, and so on. However, your total ranking points decay by 20% per week, which means in order to hit the top ranks, you are required to be at the top of your server's brackets for many weeks in a row, or it's literally mathematically impossible to achieve. Moreover, once you start the grind, especially at higher ranks, you cannot stop at all, even for 1 week, which makes it an extremely unforgiving system and arguably the biggest design flaw in the whole of vanilla, and I would certainly argue that. So around this time when Battlegrounds came out, it kind of didn't happen before that point. It was too hard to organize everybody on your server when they were full on honorable kill farming in the open world, and Battlegrounds provided a much more consistent and predictable honor gain, especially once add-ons were created to monitor ranking and honor gains per hour. Players moved to making the honor system work in their favor to rank as fast as possible. They did this through pool partying or boosting, whatever you want to call it. This is what Blizzard have just hit with a nerf. The idea here is quite simple. Players create level 1 characters, take them to a graveyard somewhere, have them land 15 honorable kills on an opposite faction character, then log them out and do it again. In doing this, players could boost the pool of characters exponentially on their server. This meant the percentage cutoff for certain ranks could hold more players, meaning people can earn more ranking points and finish ranking more quickly and efficiently. On top of doing this to boost the PvP pools, players would also use add-ons and various calculations between the PvP pool size and honor earned to know the percentage cutoffs in advance, meaning they could accurately predict the honor caps for each week. And caps are usually done by Saturday or Sunday. This is why you see far fewer pre-mates in Battlegrounds on Monday and Tuesday. Most people are already done. And you certainly don't want to PvP more than you have to, right? Well, sort of, because knowing the caps, players would bracket stack, meaning players would get as close as possible to the honor values of each other to maximize ranking point earnings. This is where getting even a few hundred extra honor could really screw other people out of their rank. which is bracket breaking. This is a big no-no. Doing this on purpose gets you banned from pre-made, and you either must literally live inside battlegrounds or pre-made to hit the highest ranks. So that's the basics, I guess. So why was it changed then? Actually, I need to explain one more thing. So early on, players would form coalitions with other servers, I guess I could call them that, where they would agree to make, for example, 10 characters on one realm to expand their pool size. And let's say there would be 5 servers all doing this for each other, each server having 25 players doing it. These are just example numbers, but players on some realms would add thousands of extra characters per week, which given these numbers, each server in the coalition would get their PvP pool boosted by 250 characters, which is not an insignificant amount. They would spend a couple of hours a week doing this to shave literally weeks off the ranking grind. This worked early on because there was just so many players ranking, but as months dragged on, unless people were serious about grinding out the high rank, certain servers would have players spending, no exaggeration, 10 to 20 hours per week making level 1s, taking them to a graveyard, getting 15 honourable kills, deleting them and doing it again. It was either this or extra weeks of grinding for rank. However, and this is the turning point, people started to create bots to do this for them. So instead of spending hours of your week pool boosting, somebody would pay a bot to do it for them. This was a growing trend on many different servers. There would even be a gold or real life money requirement in order to be given a place at the highest ranks to cover costs for the bot farm to pool boost. No, really. What is different about botted farms is that they would always delete characters, create another and repeat. Whereas many players would just do the 10 for a week and say, okay, I've done my part. Where players could add hundreds or even rarely thousands of extra players to a PvP pool in a week, bots would sometimes add tens of thousands over the course of a week, meaning your bracket 1 slot could go from about 3 to 6 players up to about 15 to 18 or so. This took, no exaggeration, weeks and weeks off your grind to earn your desired rank, but it was only a measure that was achievable through automation, and that's why Blizzard made this change to remove bots from PvP pool boosting. And whilst I'm always happy to see a source of botting gone from the game, and don't get me wrong, this was a big one, wow, this really sucks for PvPers. Players cannot even go back to doing this manually as they once were, and well, far less people are ranking now than they would have been back at the start of Phase 2 or when Battlegrounds came out. And you might say, who cares about ranking now? AQ gear is out. There's still so many reasons to rank. You could be a more casual player, you couldn't afford the hours that were required back at the start of the system, you want to complete a personal goal, you didn't want to rank AV but like Warsun Gulch and Arathi Basin, PvP gear has clear road marks to when you will earn it, raid gear is completely RNG and highly sought after, and the ranking gear is still insanely good even now. Or maybe you just found PvP late and you're into it with your pre-made and so on. The knock-on effects from this decision will be considerably longer times to rank up, as PvP pools will shrink on many realms, unless players can get it back up to speed, which I don't think they will be able to do. Even then, one account can only ever add 10 extra players to the pool, so you would need to, very conveniently, pay for more accounts to boost it beyond that. Less overall players ranking, as most likely a lot of people won't be able to afford the new time investments that will be required. This means battleground queues are going to go up even more than they already are. Premates may even become more frequent and have to play for longer as well. We will see how new bracket caps play out in the long run though. There may be small enough PvP participation on many servers where your cap can still be hit by Sunday. Not holding my breath on that one though. If you're on a dead server or went to a dead server to rank due to pool boosting, meaning honor caps were super low, your ranking's kind of over now. If the pool is too small, you can't even get a bracket 1 spot, meaning rank 14 is literally impossible, and you may even be doubly blocked by the 90-day transfer cooldown. I always thought the way that they would nerf this, if they did at all, would be by making you need level 10 in order to be part of the PvP pool. I mean, why can level 1s even earn honor at all? Even on PvP servers you don't enter flagged zones till about level 12 or so, you can't join battlegrounds till level 10. Even still, this would have totally killed pool boosting overnight though, and the player outcry would have been even bigger than what it is for what Blizzard have done now, so that's something at least. In any event, this is pretty bad for the PvP scene as a whole. On one hand, there was definitely botting taking place, that is the reasoning behind this decision. On the other, everybody suffers because of how some people have decided to act, which I'm not a fan of anywhere in life. I mean, people have been taking advantage of this for months and months, and just now it changes when a lot of the more casual players are ranking. This is going to be the final nail in the classic PvP coffin for a lot of people. And we're probably going to be stuck with this for the rest of Classic until we can finally bin this awful system at the start of the TBC pre-patch. Or we could, up the bracket size a bit more to give some extra leeway to ranking players, seeing as the only new solution will be to buy extra accounts to expand the PvP pools some more. The PvP and ranking system is not a fun system. It literally forces players to lead a damaging lifestyle in terms of mental and physical health. It was well known to be flawed, but now the key coping mechanism has been fully taken out the hands of ranking players, and it's not good news for anybody. There are no winners with this change. It's not getting back at pre-mades or for Phase 2 World PvP. In fact, with longer queues, this kind of activity may just have to come back. And that's all there is to it really. Expanding the brackets further, as was originally done in 1.12, would be a good compromise given that this has happened, but I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. Let me know your thoughts on all this, and I will see you all in the next one very soon. If you like what you see, do give the video a like and subscribe, as there will be plenty more to come. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.